Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the RotoBaller Radio Waiver Wire Series. I'm your host, Anthony Aniano. Happy to be with you here today as we take a look at some hitters to add to your fantasy baseball team for Week 5 of the fantasy baseball season. The week beginning Monday, April 24th. I know some people are maybe Week 4, maybe Week 5, depending on whatever format you use. Handles that very first couple of days. So we'll call it Week 5. More importantly, it's the week beginning Monday, April 24th. Full disclosure, recording this Thursday, April 20th. So obviously some things can change over the course of the next couple of days. Injuries, promotions from the minor leagues, stats will change obviously over the course of the weekend, okay? Don't forget, head over to rotoballer.com, check out everything there. Sign up now using the promotional code ACES. Save yourself 10% at checkout. Lineup optimizers, team sync tools, and all the great content rotoballer.com continues to provide each and every day. Like and subscribe right here to the RotoBaller YouTube channel. All right, so some hitters to add for this week. We're looking for some hot bats over the last 14 days, and I'll start behind the plate. As always, by the way, Yahoo roster percentages are my talking point, at or below 50%. Hopefully these players are still available in the leagues you are in. And we always look for catchers, right? We're always on the hunt for another bat behind the plate potentially. And it's time now we pay attention in Colorado to Elias Diaz. Right on the brink, 50% rostered, up 24% since last week. So he's basically went from 25 to 50% rostered over the course of the last 7 days. And that's because of his red hot bat. Over the last 14 days, he's hitting .432, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, 6 runs scored. On the season, that batting average is .345. He's got a .945 OPS because of a .400 on-base percentage. A fantastic start for the Rockies catcher. Striking out about 20% of the time, walking 6.7% of the time, hitting 6th in that Colorado Rockies lineup. So again, a catcher who's currently hitting .345. Over the last 14 days, .432. Unsustainable? Yes. But you may be, if you're the type of player like me, who kind of streams catchers, doesn't, in a one-catcher league especially, doesn't value the catcher position very much, takes his catcher a little bit later in the draft. Maybe it worked, maybe it didn't. And right now, if you're looking to stream somebody, Elias Diaz red hot for the Colorado Rockies. Now, if you're looking for speed, I mentioned this player very early in the season, maybe week 1, as a add for speed, but it's time to pay attention again to Ruiz of the Oakland Athletics. They don't offer much, this Athletics team, but Ruiz does offer what I said a few weeks ago, and that's speed. 42% rostered on Yahoo at the time of this recording. Over the last 14 days, he's hitting .341. On the season, .302. So it's a plus batting average for you in a 5x5 roto league. In an on-base percentage league, his on-base percentage for the season is .389. Now, he doesn't offer a lot in terms of power. No home runs, only 8 RBIs on the season, but he does score some runs. When Oakland decides to score some runs, it's usually because he's on base. He's got 7 runs scored, but the big thing is the stolen bases. He got 5 stolen bases on the season. Another player benefiting from the change in rules with the pickoffs, the increase in speed we've seen across Major League Baseball. Doesn't strike out a ton, about 16% of the time. I'd like to see him walk a little more. It's only 4%. I always want my speed guys at that 8 to 10% walk rate. But Ruiz hitting enough, stealing enough, decent batting average. So when he gives you a batting average and speed, maybe a few runs depending on how that Oakland offense is working that night. But at the top of that Athletics lineup. Okay? Middle infield option. Take a look at Tyler Walls of the Tampa Bay Rays. Second base, shortstop, and third base eligible. And I said it last week about Josh Lowe, and I'm going to say it this week about Tyler Walls. If you could get in on the Rays, you got to get in on the Rays. They're the best team in baseball right now. Tyler Walls is 28% rostered. Now, he's a right-handed hitting batter. He's actually a switch hitter. Switch hitter, but platoons. Over the last 5 games, he started 4 of them between second base and shortstop. He's also third base eligible in Yahoo. Kind of a utility man type of player. Ideal for a daily lineup setting. When he plays, you could put him in 5 positions if you include middle and corner infield. On the season, he's hitting .350, 3 homers, 8 RBIs, and 16 runs scored. He's basically scoring a run per game. He has 1 stolen base on the season. His walk rate is almost as high as his strikeout rate. His walk rate is 13%. His K rate is 15.2%. On base percentage is .435. His OPS is at over 1,000, 1.135, and he's only 28% rostered. A guy who gives you 5 positions, daily lineup. I love that versatility. Showing a little power, a lot of runs scored, a terrific batting average, .350 on the year, .375 over the last 14 days. If you're looking for outfield help or maybe first base corner infield help, Connor Joe of the Pittsburgh Pirates, formerly of the Colorado Rockies, over the last 14 days, hitting .342, a homer, 10 runs scored, 4 RBIs. On the season, that batting average is at .340 with a .426 on base percentage. OPS also over 1,000 at 1.022. Okay, strikeout rate is fantastic, only 18.5%. Walk rate is 11%. Love those double-digit numbers in walks. Love the under 20% in strikeouts. Hitting 5th usually in this Pittsburgh Pirates lineup. Again, he's played 4 out of the last 5 games for the Pirates between first base and right field. He's only 3% rostered. And finally, Chicago White Sox third baseman Jake Burger with cheese, please. He is my must-add of the week. I have moved on. Yoan Moncada, bye-bye. Nice knowing you. You're a faint memory, in my opinion. For me, it's all about a burger with cheese. On the season, hitting 276. Over the last 14 days, hitting .278. A .353 on base percentage. An OPS, it's the highest of anybody I'm talking about today at 1.215. Third base, corner, infield eligible. He's only 8% rostered, yet he's got 5 home runs already on the season, 4 home runs over the last 14 days, 5 homers, 10 RBIs, 5 runs scored. His bat is going to make it very difficult for the White Sox to get Moncada back in the lineup. Burger, let's be honest, he's a better hitter, better power right now than Yoan Moncada. Now, he strikes out a ton, 29%. It's my one blemish with Burger is he strikes out too much. But he's walking at almost a 12% of the time clip, so it offsets the harm that those strikeouts potentially do, hitting 5th or 6th in that White Sox lineup. So to review, my 5 hitters to add for Week 5, the week beginning Monday, April 24th. Catcher, Elias Diaz, 50% rostered. Outfielder, Esteury Ruiz, 42% rostered. Utility man, love him in a daily setting, Tyler Walls of the Tampa Bay Rays, 28% rostered. First base, outfield eligible, Connor Joe, 3% rostered. And finally, my top ad of the week, Jake Burger of the Chicago White Sox, third base, corner, infield, 8% rostered. Folks, don't forget, give me a follow on Twitter at @Aniano Fantasy. Like and subscribe right here to the RotoBaller YouTube channel and head over to rotoballer.com. Sign up today using the promotional code ACES. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time right here on RotoBaller Radio.